It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got the Bengals leader at quarterback. There were no problems for him last week, going over 350 passing yards. It's the Bengals and the Texans, and it's all up next.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bengals in this matchup. They have a tremendous aerial attack, one of the best in the league. But they're going to face a stiff test here.
I don't think that they'll face a tougher test all season long because this is the #1 defense in the NFL. A team that puts a lot of pressure on a quarterback. And we know from talking to both of these teams, neither of them's going to back down from this challenge.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action here on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man. Complete. That's Kramer. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. He's got room at the 30, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 10. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Steele. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Escaping and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Barton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're going to look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
He threw his 10th touchdown on the year last time they had it. And they'll look to keep it going here with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Up the middle they go. Graham. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Graham, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Kramer. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll run on first down. Graham. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Graham. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moody. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete. It's Collins. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. 2nd and 2. He finds his man. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll set up to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on fourth down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on fourth down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Over the middle, complete. It's Moody. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second and 4. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stock troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2nd and 11. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Collins. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st down, Bruce. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Texans. An 11-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to sit.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Loose inside the 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. You've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. Bruce. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Bruce. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out. And the Texans take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The point after is good, and they open the lead up now to 25. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Complete to number 87.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now out comes Houston. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll run on first down. Graham. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. Bruce. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Jenkins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bruce. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Kramer. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On on first down. Graham, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Left side here, caught by Clay. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
An extra point forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys...
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Houston set to take over. And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead.
They'll run on first down. Bruce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Bruce. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Point after here coming up. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for